Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckatini, and what I got for you today is I'm gonna break down this young man right here. This is Zeb Allen. Now, Zeb is just committed, or he's committed. He's coming to Arkansas, and he's out of the transfer portal. And he's coming from UCA, University of Central Arkansas. Man, this guy's a heck of a player, man. He's from Fort Smith originally. I believe he went to Fort Smith Southside. As you can see, he's a left-handed bat. He bats left, throws left. And this is Arkansas Razorback baseball. And man, this guy is a heck of a player. Like I say, if you look down the bottom left-hand corner here, he's a record-setting outfielder. He's hit 30 career home runs, and that is in 3 seasons so far. In his freshman year, I don't know if he hit hardly any at all, but he's exploded the last 2 years, and he is their home run king in their history. He's hit the most in their history, career home runs, and he still has 1 year left, but he's going to transfer to Arkansas. And it's kind of like what I've said before, if you become the best player in the gym, you need to go find a new gym. And so Zeb here has become the best player in his conference there at his school, and he needs to go find a new field to go play in. I'm going to tell you, Arkansas has state-of-the-art facilities, and now this is a new power in Fayetteville. Now, the thing is, I hope we can keep him. Daggum, those Major League Baseball teams will come sniffing around here in July, and I hope Zeb will stay with us and understand, hopefully they'll give him some good money, and hope that he understands that if he comes in and plays well at Arkansas, that'll mean more money for him on the back end. So I hope this guy stays, and he's an Arkansas kid, so hopefully that's been a goal of his. I mean, he is a heck of – this is not just a player you sign just because he's from Arkansas. This kid's a player now. I'm telling you, he can really hit the ball, and he has a lot of different tools. He's a multi-tool player. I'll show you, talk about here in a minute. So hang out with me here. Let's break him down. We're gonna watch, look through my PowerPoint, and then I'm gonna tell you what type of player he is. Which I'm gonna tell you right now, he's a heck of a player. This is a good pickup here, and then I'm gonna show you a clip of him batting, and you'll see some of that power he has. Man, this is a good one here. All right, so let's get to it here. Let's see, right there. Here we go. Okay, let me move this down a little bit, get myself out of the way. All right, now here we go. So this is Zeb Allen. He's a Razorbacks. Excuse me, I couldn't read that. It says Razorbacks land record-setting outfielder. Excuse me. This is UCA's. It's University of Central Arkansas. Their all-time home run king. He's a left. It means he bats left, throws left outfielder. He's from Fort Smith, Arkansas. Went to Fort Smith Southside, I believe, and committed June the 9th. So he just now committed. Today is the 10th when I'm making this video, the morning of the 10th. So he just committed to us. This is hot off the press here, and boy, he's a good one. Now, why this commitment matters. Okay, so Arkansas adds a probable 27 lineup starter from the transfer portal. I'd say it's pretty good. It's pretty probable. Allen is ranked as a top 30 overall portal player by 64 Analytics. The Hogs beat out Texas Tech, West Virginia, and Vanderbilt for his commitment. And Vanderbilt, they're always really good in baseball too. But guess what? Arkansas is as well. And Arkansas got cheated out of not having their own regional this year. Was ridiculous. Now here's the big caveat that we're hoping, crossing our fingers, that the Major League Baseball draft interest means Arkansas must survive July to keep him. And hopefully, like I say, he's from Arkansas. Maybe that's been a dream to play for the Hogs. Hopefully, he'll probably get drafted or something there. I don't know where. But hopefully he stays with Arkansas. That will be better for his future. I'm telling you, Zeb, better for your future. You stay at Arkansas for a year, then they'll see that you can compete versus the best players in the country and really do you good. But this is a portal win. He's an SEC-ready bat, and we're on draft watch too, unfortunately. Arkansas always is. Now, here's his player profile here. He's 5'11", 185 pounds. He bats left, throws left. And it's always good to have that left-handed bat in your lineup. It's always good because you get a lot of matchups versus the right-handed pitchers. You have a lot more right-handed pitchers you do left-handed. And usually those are good matchups for the hitter. Now, his position, he's an outfielder. His experience across the grass with center field speed. So he's got really good speed we'll talk about here in a minute, but he can play all. He's got experience right field, left at the corners, right field, left field, and then center field as well. So he's just an outfielder. He can play any of them. His hometown is Fort Smith, Arkansas, Fort Smith Southside. His college path, he became a record-setting star at Central Arkansas before choosing Arkansas. His profile, he's a left-handed bat with power. On base value, has a very high on base percentage, and stolen base production as well. We're going to talk about that. But you see over here on the right in the picture, he has a program record of 25 career home runs. And I thought it said 30. This is probably an older picture right here. I think 30. Did I not just say that? Yeah, he has 30 careers. So this is a little bit of an older thing here. I was trying to find pictures to put in here and stuff. So anyway, a little bit older. But that's when he became the career. He was at 25. Now he's at 30. So he's above it. Now, 2026 breakout season. He had a breakout season this past year where he hit 15 home runs in a single season. Man, that's a bunch. And that was a single season record for them. He batted .309, hit 17 home runs. 15 was the record. He hit 17. He had 53 RBIs, and he had 20 stolen bases. 20 stolen bases. That's good right there now. The headline is not just power. It is power plus movement value. Allen hit for average, for slugging percentage. He drove in runs, and he still stole 20 bags. Now, average is .309. That means you could just be getting singles or triples, doubles. It don't matter. That's just your average. Now, your slugging percentage, that's where it determines what are you hitting. Are you hitting just all singles? Are you hitting doubles, triples, home runs? And your slugging percentage goes up based on how many bags you get, basically, if you don't know about that slugging percentage. So if you have your slugging percentage usually is going to be higher than your average because that you get a higher, they figure that out mathematically higher. Like if you get a double instead of a single, that's a higher, goes up higher, your percentage does. And if you get a triple, it's higher. You get a home run, it's even higher. So he's got good average, good slugging percentage. He drove in runs, and he stole 20 bags. So, this is a guy with power, and he can run. So that gives Arkansas a left-handed impact bat who can change the game without waiting on the long ball, for sure. There's many different ways he can affect the game. And that's great. Now, here's his career arc at UCA. It's his freshman year. He hit .315. That's pretty good. He was all-Sun, A-Sun. That's third team. Then he was all-freshman team. He had 10 steals. Then you go to sophomore year, .295, 17 doubles, 4 triples, 9 home runs. You see all that. You see a bunch of walks and hit by pitches, too. I just told you that he has a high on-base percentage. So it's very good there. And then he had 15 steals. And you see his average is .309, 17 home runs, went from 9 to 17. RBIs, I didn't get him on his sophomore year, but he had 53 RBIs there. And then he had 20 steals. So it goes up 10, 15, and 20 steals there. So yeah, there you see him getting better. And last year was a breakout with the home runs and with the steals. He keeps getting better in steals. So takeaway here is Allen did not come out of nowhere. He steadily built from a productive freshman year to a dangerous middle-of-the-order portal bat. And he is, man. I'm going to talk about that, where he could hit in Arkansas's lineup as well. I'll hit that here in just a second. I hate to repeat myself. And that makes the videos longer. But anyway. All right, here we go. Now, his offensive skill set. He's a left-handed hitter who can punish mistakes and lengthen the Arkansas lineup for sure. You're going to see that. If you hang a pitch out on him, man, he's going to knock the fire out of it, knock it out of the park, Power growth is the biggest selling point here. 30 career home runs, and you see his all-time record. Now, extra base damage matters. It does. Doubles, triples, and home runs show more than one way to slug, and that's important. Slugging percentage is very important because you get more bags per hit. Knocking more players in. His on base indicators are strong. Walks and hit by pitches. those totals show he finds ways to get aboard, and he does, and that's very important. You know, a lot of times these home run hitters are swinging for the fences every time. Well, good thing here, Zeb is not doing that. He's hitting for average, and he takes walks. He gets hit, so I mean he gets on base. That's extremely important. So he has a damage bat. Boy, he does damage. If you make a mistake, he's going to do some damage. Lefty power. Boy, it's great to have left side power. And he has great on base tools. You know, he'll take walks. He'll take a hit. And yeah, really good offensive skill set there. Man, my thing keeps messing up on me. All right, here's his speed and his defensive value. Now we'll flip on the defensive side here. Now, the center field possibility matters. It does, because this is a power bat who can stay in the outfield and steal bases. Is easier to keep in the lineup. That's true. You know, some of these guys you have to, you know, maybe maybe he couldn't play as well on the corners, and so if somebody else needed a game, he would have to set out. But he can play across outfield, and he's a power bat. You want to keep that in the lineup. Now, so he has 45 career stolen bases. He had 20 last season, and he can play all three outfield spots. So you see really good speed there. And that shows well on defense and offense. So he played multiple outfield spots at UCA. Speed gives Arkansas options in center field or either corner. Base running adds pressure even when the power is not showing up. So if he's not hitting home runs, if he gets a walk, he's putting pressure on that pitcher to have to look at him, not give him a stolen base or something, you know. So that base running adds pressure to the pitcher. And it does, trust me. I coached softball. The one sport I don't, you know, other than some of these others, cross country. I never coached cross country, but baseball. I never coached baseball, and I grew up playing baseball. It's the first sport I loved, and you know, then basketball and football come along in that order, you know, by age and all that. But anyway, I loved baseball, man. But I never coached it. You know, I never coached baseball. I had some opportunities to do it. I've had some job offers, but I'll coach softball. And just so happened when I first started, that was the job opening. It was, you know, my first job was assistant softball. You know, 7th grade girls basketball, junior high girls, junior boys basketball, junior high football, senior high football season, all that. And then I had softball, because they had the head coaches that were coaching baseball. And I love softball. I ended up coaching softball for darn near 10 years as a head coach. Loved every minute of it. And but I will tell you, base running adds pressure to those pitchers. And even more so in baseball, because in softball they can't steal. So we tell the softball pitchers, don't even worry about them, you know. You don't even look at the runner. There's no reason. You can't pick them off. You can't, you know. But in baseball, it's even more of a pressure, you know, because they can pick off and they can steal on you and all that kind of stuff. All right. Why does it keep doing that? Now, so how's he going to fit with Arkansas? He's going to fit well, I'll tell you that. Now, why the Hogs took him? Has proven college production, plus Arkansas ties, that helps, plus a portal impact profile. Now, immediate competition for an everyday outfield role in 2027 for sure. He's going to compete for a starting spot every day. You know, he's going to be one of those that you can't take him out of the lineup. Now, his left-handed bat helps balance the lineup and creates matchup stress. It does that because you have a row of right-handed batters. You just throw your right-handed pitchers against them, you know. But when you can sprinkle in some of those left-handed batters, it makes it hard on those managers to pick which reliever they want to put in there. Now, he can hit near the top if his on-base percentage and speed translate, which they will. So he could be a top of the lineup, number 1, number 2 hole, you know, if he's power struggling, but he's getting on base and somebody else is hitting for power better than he is at that time, he would fit right at the top of your lineup. Now, or you could slide him into a run-producing spot if the power carries. So, you know, I always put my best hitter in that number 3 spot. I wanted them to make sure they batted every inning, you know, so I never – and that 4-hole in softball a lot of times was your leadoff, you know, and I'd never wanted my best hitter at a leadoff, especially a power. So I always put my real power hitter at that number 3 spot, and that way I knew they were going to get up to bat in the first inning, and then hopefully there would be somebody on in front of them. Whereas you put them at that 4-hole, If the first three don't get it done, they're going to be leading off. So that's a double whammy to you. So here, Zeb Allen could, he could hit at the top, or you can move him down that 3, 4, 5 spot. I'd put him at the 3. Depends on your other players, though, too. So anyway, so he's very versatile where he can bat in the lineup. He has an older college experience to a roster that will need portal production for sure. And Coach Van Horn talked about that. He said, you have to get portal players. You have to get some of these older guys with experience if you want to win. And you do. That's college baseball right now. It's, you got to get older players and sprinkle in some of these high school guys. And I'll tell you now, I have somebody that works in the athletic office, and they say phone rings off the hook, players that want to come play for Van Horn. I mean, he could just stay there in Fayetteville, never leave, and get super good players. But the problem last year, and he said it in his press conference in the year that, he had really good players that wanted to come. He just didn't have the money to pay them. And some of these other schools did, and he lost them. So I'm telling you right now, people are kicking the door down and want to come play at Arkansas, but apparently they just did not have the money they needed to get them there. It's not just recruiting anymore. Now it's the money, and you say, it's not. Yes, it is too, guys. That's 95% of it. And I hear from people that know a lot to do with that stuff. So, and he just couldn't get the players in there that the kids wanted to come there. They wanted to go to Arkansas, but they also wanted the money too, So what are you going to do? You're going to go work for your friend over here that's going to pay you $10,000. You're going to work for somebody across the street doing the same job, and they're going to pay you $20,000. You say, hey, thanks, friend, but I need the money. And that's what happens. I mean, hopefully you catch him on the next time, maybe. So he's an everyday outfield candidate. Here, Zeb Allen is. He's a lefty balance, gives you a good lefty balance, right-left balance. And then his SEC test will be next, right? See if he can do it in the SEC, and I'm sure he can. Now, big questions to watch for, and a lot of these I'm not real concerned about, but the draft risk I am. Hopefully, if he does get drafted, whatever, he decides to stay in Fayetteville. That would be the best for him in his future. If Arkansas can give you some pretty good money, and then you come in and play really well, boy, your draft stock will really go up. There will be an SEC adjustment, of course. They'll have deeper pitching staffs, that they can throw at you. Really good arms in the SEC. So it'll take a while to adjust. But if you got good mechanics, you can hit like Zeb does. You'll be okay. Just might be an adjustment time. His role could be center field, corner, outfield, or matchup-driven usage. Which is, do you want to, and this is not going to happen, but you're only going to bat him when you face right-handed pitchers, No, he can, everything looks like he's an everyday player and a heck of a player, okay? Remember, he was top 30 in the country in the portal. So, we're talking about a really good player here. Plate discipline, he can walk, get hit by pitch, and hopefully that will stay high at the next level, and I think it will. That's the type of player he is. Bottom line is Arkansas won the commitment. Now the Hogs need him on campus. So we got his commitment. We got to keep Major League Baseball away and keep him there. And I think this guy's going to have a heck of a career, a heck of a year. I'm super excited to see him play, man. I'm ready. It'd be great to see him in that Arkansas Cardinal and white and be slugging them, knocking them out of all the parks they're going to play in, including Baum Walker. Now, all right, Zeb Allen is a major portal swing for Arkansas. He brings a rare mix for a college outfielder. His left-handed power, speed, Arkansas roots, and real production over a large sample. If he makes it to the draft and the bat translates to SEC pitching like I think it will, this is the kind of portal addition that can become an everyday difference maker, and for sure he will, I'm telling you. Believe you me. Now, the verdict here, he's a probable starter upside with Major League Baseball draft uncertainty, and I hate that. So stupid how they do that. Baseball, they could make that so much better, but Major League Baseball just don't want to do it. And Coach Van Horn talks about it a lot, about when they have the draft is a terrible time. It hurts college baseball. You need to have the draft earlier, and that way they know who they can get, or it's just weird. Or make them commit to it. It's just not a good process. All right, that's my last slide. I thought it was. Now, I do have one clip I want to show you here. And I'm actually, let's see. I think I'm going to let you hear some of the sound here, too. I hope this won't bother anything. All right, let's see. This is Zeb Allen right here at UCA, Central Arkansas, Arkansas. I can't, but anyway. Left-handed bat, and I'm just going to play it. You can hear it. Hopefully this works out good. I usually don't have sound on. All right, here we go. And you see him, he's got that active bat there. He's ready to go. He's loose. He's loose. Here he goes. Boom. Here he goes. Right field out there. That's not right field. Right field homer. Hit him a dinger. You see him taking a trot. You see him, big guy here. Smoked one. Hopefully we see that a lot here this next year at Arkansas. Big guy too. He's pretty thick. He's not a little guy here. You know, it's a really good hit right there. Watch him here. So that, emotional guy. He's a lot of energy like that. Yeah, so I like that a lot. So hey, man, I like Zeb Allen right here. This is a good guy, Coach Van Horn, the Razorbacks guy here. Super glad he's committed to Arkansas. Just hope he stays. Stay at Arkansas, Zeb. Don't go chasing Major League just yet. Get you a good year in Arkansas with Van Horn. That's like being in professional baseball, probably even better. And you'll wish you had, man. And but anyway, great player here. You know, he can do everything. Left-handed bat, power, steal, gets on base. Man, he does it all. He has a lot of tools. A multi-tool player here. Man, there's not anything really bad to say about him. He's just a really good player. Arkansas's got a good one here. And anyway, that's about all I got on him here. I don't have my thing to pause the video, but I can do it up here if I need to. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I enjoy watching baseball too, man. Baseball is my first love, and then basketball and football came along there, and I was a little better than them. But anyway, I don't know if I was better, but anyway. Zeb, heck of a player. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and then hit that notification bell. I'll make at least one more video today, and that way you'll know when I do it, and you can come watch it, and leave me a comment. What do you think about Zeb Allen? Tell everybody what you think. Do you know him? Do you know him? If you're Fort Smith, you might have followed him there. And I love to read comments about him. You guys know more about these people, these players, than I do. Some of you do. And so anyway, I love to read the comments, and we get a conversation going. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for spending time with me. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. And let me see. I think I'm going to have to go up here to pause this. Yep, here we go. But anyway, it's 24 minutes, 23, not bad. But anyway, so have a great day. Have a great evening whenever you're watching this. And as always, go Hogs.